Alright, this is the St Croix. I believe it's the top of their line blank. That was given to me by Mark Blabaum after my visit to Wisconsin last year and visit to the factory. Really a very special little blank. It's going to be a beautiful multi-purpose freshwater rod. And of course, I've added Mark's wonderful woodwork to it. He is the woody master, if you get my drift. Anyway, the first section here that I showed you is the, I'll try to get it without the flashback from the sun. Anyway, this is a tiger wrap that was done with tinsel underneath and 2 open layers for the tiger wrap. You can see there's some lime green or neon green and brown, and it finishes off with brown on the top. I believe it was neon green and brown on the bottom, and brown, and I think I just left the neon green, and then the top is neon brown, or brown is the only thing I left. You'll also see here is the kind of tied in the JTOB a little bit with it. Trying to get it close enough that it doesn't blur, but you can see it. Traditional JTOBs. And then back up to the handle here. The reel seat and stuff. The 4 section of the handle actually unscrews so that you can put the reel into the reel seat, but notice it's going up the tiger wrap on the other side, so I had to ream it out a little extra that I could do that. And then up at this end we have the traditional tiger. I've actually split it into 2 sections either side of a weave. Wait for the dogs to. Okay, we'll try to continue. Hopefully the dogs won't bark much. Sorry for the dogs barking. I know somebody made a comment once on that, and that's kind of beyond my abilities since I'm doing this out in the sun in the backyard. Everybody around here has dogs. Anyway, the tiger wrap in the foregrip section of the rod is split into 2 sections. They're both wrapped identically. And in the middle is a weave, which you're going to be seeing upside down. Maybe I'll switch to the other side of the rod for that. Anyway, the tiger wrap is an interesting tiger wrap. I have brown, metallic brown, green, and metallic green in the under wrap, and the over wrap I left the metallic brown. I believe is the, I might have 2 colors. I might have green and brown up there. Anyway, came out really sweet. Wonderful patterns in both sections of the rod. Take a look back again at the other section there. Should be able to see some really wild patterns. This is one of those rods where just everything clicked. So back up to here, you're seeing this silly sand bass, which I can't get the gleam out of it, but silly sand bass. And on either side of it is JTOBs. And what I did with the JTOBs is similar to what somebody showed on the Guild photo site. Where there's actually 2 threads making the leaves of the olive branch, and they're wrapped to make 2 leaves rather than 1. Came out pretty nice. I did that on all sections of the tiger up at the foregrip section of the rod. I hope that flashback from the sun isn't messing things up too much. I'm going to look back a little bit. Let's see if we can follow some of these patterns. Okay. Now I'm going to turn it off and go to the other side of the rod. Alright, I'm on the other side of the rod now so you can see the weave a little better. This is the silly sand bass weave and the JTOBs on either side. There's also JTOBs that fit the same wrapping schedule up here. See if you can get a good shot of those. I'll go back and see what we can get out of that. Now we'll go up and look at the stripper guide. The stripper guide, trying to find the angle that I can look at it without getting flashback from the sun. It's really a bright sunny day and it's coming through on the wraps. This one also has the 2 threads on the olive branch, and I'm going to show you on the next guide where I did something similar. It was 2 threads, but it's wrapped in a different regime. So I'll pull it down here. See if we can zoom in on it a little bit. I think there's still a lot of alterations to the technique that Jim Trelikas introduced us all to. You know, the mind just keeps going with different ideas. Also, you'll notice the gold parts of the inlay is flashing a lot. That's gold Electra. On the rest of the rod, I'm just going to do a quick pan up the rod. On the rest of the rod, I just did kind of a minimalistic wrapping of the guides. Trying to make the guides, the tip end of the rod a little bit lighter. So, that's it.